All good things must come to an end, but we don't have to forget them. Might seem existential for a YouTube video review of a game called Shoot Many Robots, but this game's a special one. Shoot Many Robots has been delisted from all digital storefronts where it would typically be accessible. If you want to play this game today, you'll have to buy a leftover access key for use with one of these services. And eventually, all those keys will be gone, which means that eventually this game will be gone, only preserved through whatever ROMs are extracted and distributed by those who remember it. And I remember it, damn it. You might see this game and think it's unremarkable. Maybe it is, but it's a matter of principle for me here, because games being delisted, discarded, forgotten, or otherwise lost is a net loss for everybody, especially the game's creators, who might want to one day show this to their kids, or simply vouch for the fact that they made something cool. Video games as a medium are easily disposed of, and that's a damn shame. So let's talk about Shoot Many Robots in the interest of keeping the flame alive just a little bit longer. So what is this game anyway? Well, it's a run-and-gun shooter along the lines of Metal Slug or Gunstar Heroes, developed by Demiurge and published by Ubisoft. You play as P. Walter Tugnut, who is a redneck doomsday prepper, spending his days stocking up on brewskis, hockey pads, and assault rifles, all in anticipation of the robot apocalypse. When the game begins, that apocalypse has finally arrived, and those robo-bastards destroy your car and your home. Like any good red-blooded American, you set up a home base in a camper van and set out into the wastes in search of coupons and shiny asses to kick. It's a tragic tale of revenge, on par with the most poignant of Greek epics. Probably. I wasn't really paying attention. The emphasis here is on the action, as you might expect. And that's a good thing, because that's where this game shines. In Shoot Many Robots, you'll find yourself shooting robots if you're lucky, and many of them at that. Gameplay is split into stages of two types. In one, you go to the right in search of a boss enemy, and in the other, you stay put as they come to you in waves. You're armed to the teeth with a slew of upgradable weapons, helmets, backpacks, and pants, all of which you can tinker with in between stages. To do this, you're gonna need some nuts. Nuts are the currency you get by defeating robots, so plow through as many as you can. You start out with a lousy pea shooter, but you can quickly amass enough nuts to score shotguns, flamethrowers, ninja, sniper rifles, and my favorite, the gnoming missile launcher. It barely homes, but it certainly gnomes. So generally, yeah. Gameplay is exactly what you'd expect. The loot-based progression is a nice touch, and I'm sure the game's 4-player co-op is an absolute blast with the right platoon, but unlike something like Metal Slug, where you're fighting for your goddamn life just to get through and eat another pixel pineapple, SMR is more zen. Robots crunch and crackle beneath the weight of your infinite bullets, and the game is easy. It's very easy. It still manages to feel very visually chaotic and fun, but there's not that much to chew on if you're looking for a meaty experience. The game showers you in power-ups, health pickups, and ammo, and while it does funnel robots your way in huge numbers, they are rarely a threat to Mr. Tugnut, who proves a one-man army in pretty much every situation. You don't really have to think playing Shoot Many Robots. It's almost hypnotic. The game throws in a few monkey wrenches here and there. There are special enemies who you might need to reflect their bullets back at, or avoid hitting a particular explosive body part, but that's about it. Platforming's pretty simple, bosses are pretty simple, yeah. Add on to this the fact that the game cycles about 4 or 5 level themes over and over again, repeating bosses and everything, and you got a game that kind of visibly runs out of ideas. And it does so pretty quickly. I gotta give this game credit. The core combat, which it leans on very heavily, is very fun. Guns feel great, and it's satisfying to tear through a million enemies at a time. The way robots pour out of the walls and floor like a bunch of scarab beetles from The Mummy is exciting, and trying out different guns is a good time. They have visceral, obvious impact, and as I said, the game does lull you into a nice, rhythmic, relaxing sort of time. But it needs more, if that's all that's going to carry it, I think. It could have emphasized progression a little harder, indulged itself with some flashier set pieces, or just been really difficult, and I think at least one of those things would have prevented the ennui from setting in so fast. I don't hate the game or anything, but it's frustrating because I feel like it's just a few stops short of being absolutely excellent. A sequel really could have brought that to life. But no, the game doesn't exist anymore, I guess. On to the presentation. This is depressing. But the presentation isn't depressing. In fact, it's pretty great. It's aged a little. This game is from 2012 after all, but the cartoony art style helps it hold up today. I really love the design work in this game, just conceptually. These robots look really unique and kind of cool. I love how they fuse the typical Terminator stuff with oil cans, cranes, and chainsaws. These things are rusty, nasty, and spew diesel. It's gross. I like it. And the sound's a highlight too. The music is agreeable. Very bluesy, sort of pickup truck kind of rock and roll type of stuff. It suits the vibe. The vibe is suited. I especially love the music on wave-based survival levels since the lead guitar just lets loose. Lend it your ears for a moment. Sounds pretty good. Sound effects rock too, as you might have noticed in the footage. Guns boom and robots boom back. Not much else you can ask for. And that's Shoot Many Robots, really. What you see is what you get. I think it's a very fine game, if a little repetitive. My main reason for talking about this game is that it's a memorable little slice of my adolescent years that I'm sad to see delisted from stores completely. Now it's just that little bit harder to share with friends. Do I recommend you play it? Well, maybe. If you like these run-and-gun games, it's certainly a competent one. It's easy to get lost in this game and just start blasting for hours at a time. It's just not an all-time great or anything. But if you want to snap up a key before they're all gone, or just want to while away an afternoon with some mindless fun, you could do much worse than Shoot Many Robots. Until then, appreciate the games that are here while they're here. And I hope your day is lovelier than lovely. Bye-bye.